If you are a hockey fan, then you are pumped up for this time of the year. The NHL playoffs are starting. This is the greatest of all time podcast show, GOAT Radio. I'm the big man, and we have a wicked lineup, a heavyweight lineup to talk round one NHL playoffs. Nucci, what's up, brother?
I'm excited for this one. We did this last year. It was our first time, but to be able to do it with the Vancouver Canucks, our hometown team, in the playoffs this year, it's got an extra little bit of spice to it. And it's going to be tough not to be a homer in some of my predictions, but I'm pumped up. I got my Canucks white skate jersey, Pavel Bure, the GOAT, greatest Canuck of all time, and hopefully bring some good vibes the Canucks way here.
The non-longevity GOAT.
Yes. The what could have been.
We have two hockey minds with us to break it down. Mark Coletta, Yo Van Matic. Boys, always a pleasure to come and do a pod with you guys in the GOAT Rush. You guys haven't been there in a while?
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
I think last time we were together, so it's awesome. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Lots of changes.
Wait, remind me, we talked a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
The GOAT 5 pastas, right?
Yeah, the meatball cevapi.
Yeah, I think we still got to patent that.
We still got to do
Gnocchi's gnocchi.
That's right. And the debate about whether lasagna is a pasta or not.
Oh, yeah. And risotto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Kirkland pesto.
That's right.
Okay, Nucci, you told us what you're wearing. Non-hockey jersey, I love. I always love it.
I missed the memo. But no, I figured,
it's Champions League, so...
Champions League is FA Cup for Chelsea, so I'm a Chelsea supporter, and I figured, we're not quite into playoff mode yet, so I'll bring a little soccer vibe to the table. But
Nice.
Do you know who my favorite Chelsea player is? He was a beast striker.
Drogba.
Didier.
Oh, great player. Tremendous.
Yoki.
I got the Canucks jersey on the Sedin one. It's I think the one they made their run in, so it brings back a lot of good but painful memories at the same time. So what could have been, but
The captain.
you know what? Yeah, the captain, but a buddy of ours got the Stanley Cup, so it's kind of bittersweet for us because you don't know when the Canucks will be back there, and we had 3 chances, still haven't done it, but hopefully this year's the year.
Just a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, you know why I'm wearing this one.
Yeah.
Washington Caps jersey, the Great 8. Totally salvaged his season. Over 30 goals. He's, 41 away from the Great One, I think.
Yeah.
That's all?
And,
he's creeping.
he carried his team, snuck in. Crazy end, by the way, for the East.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was awesome.
How it all came down to the last game like that, and pulling a goalie, not knowing what the score was in the other game, and then that empty net goal putting the Capitals through.
Both Detroit games back to back, scoring in the last minute.
And they came back too from
Both times.
Yeah, big
3 seconds.
Yeah.
And they thought they were through.
That was crazy.
That was the funny thing.
Why did Philly pull their goalie? Did they need the 2 points?
Yeah, they
or-
needed to win.
They need to win.
And
over-
then
okay.
they pulled their goalie, and Washington got the game winner on an empty net, which put them through in front of everyone.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
You can't fault Torts on that.
No, I know. That's why he's got to have...
You play to win. You play to win the game.
he doesn't like the iPads on the bench, so
Herm
maybe he didn't
Edwards.
have
I like
his,
Herm. Herm's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the all-time best post-game. Okay, guys. We just got back last week. We had you invited us to the SFU luncheon. Wicked time. Awesome speeches. Brendan Morrison was there.
Yeah.
He sat down.
Brendan Batchelor, MC.
Batchelor, the MC, did a great job questioning him. You had a GOAT-worthy speech about the vision, the path for your SFU Red Leafs. Can you maybe tell us some of the highlights this past year?
Yeah.
Let's go back. You guys are doing some amazing things.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick.
Yeah.
We embarked on that hybrid exhibition / Division 1 schedule, which we were given the green light to do, and it was a success in the sense that I think we opened a lot of eyes. Did some things to show that we can compete and do things and from a budget standpoint and a competitive level and recruiting people and gaining marketability, eyeballs. Our social platforms took a big upbeat in what we were doing. Some of the videos we posted gained some attention. We tied BU. We didn't win many games, but I think if you look at our home record this year, we were undefeated. We beat Briarcrest, a school from Saskatchewan, and Trinity, so undefeated at home. But it was good. It was a good learning experience too on what to do, what not to do, how to travel, how to do all those things as an NCAA Division I hockey program. So real cool. Got a lot of good vibes heading into next year, and we're gonna take it one step further. I think we got a lot of support. Obviously, we got a lot of private funding, which is going to get us over the top. And I'll hopefully make some announcements maybe here on Goat Radio of upcoming schedule for next year.
Cool. Any you mentioned Miss Tech.
Yeah.
Is that still need to be confirmed? My former team, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's your alma mater. So, it's looking good. I think things are definitely. Let's just say, I think that the boxes have been checked. We're ready to make some announcements, and Michigan Tech will be one of those opponents.
I don't stay involved in NCAA much, but are they looking to expand like the Western Conference things, like maybe put one in Seattle or Washington and kind of build on that, or no?
Yeah, I think there's always rumblings of teams doing feasibility studies. I know the NHL has helped a couple of schools in the past, and most recently, I think a team in Tennessee, a university out there. Oh. I know San Diego State did a feasibility study. UNLV did one. I can't see it being too much longer with the University of Oregon, which the rumor was they're building a rink. Obviously UW. Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's one of the faster growing sports. If you look at even the NHL, monetary value this year went to $6 billion. I think everything's trending upwards. It's a cool sport to be involved with right now, and the way the American development and youth hockey programs are, I think that's taken off.
Good.
I think this would be the perfect Lower Mainland to have a NCAA program here.
Yeah, I mean,
unreal.
It's all over TV now. It's more easily found to be. TSN shows games. ESPN obviously shows games all the time. Some of the best prospects are playing at that level now, and not playing in the CHL as much as they used to be, where it was all pretty much there. And guys are going to college. Celebrini, a guy like that, underage, is going to get drafted next year. There's a lot of attention to the NCAA game. I think, like you said, it's for schools, it's a no-brainer to bring it in as a sport, because it does, bring in revenue. And I think only with more international hockey and the USA, like you said, what they've done development-wise.
The other thing, too,
and the teams that they have going forward, that the country will be even more behind USA hockey, and that'll just grow the game even more.
It's funny. We sometimes you look at the luncheon from last week and you miss some things and some low-hanging fruit. And we did have Megan Acosta there, former Canadian Olympian, and she was nice enough to come and attend. And the other part to the SFU hockey element was always going to be women's. And if you look at women's NCAA hockey and the Canadian national team and the Canadian national program, 99% of those girls all have to go to the States to play. And if SFU's your one and only Canadian school pit stop, those Canadian girls are going to choose SFU every time.
Yeah,
I know their families will. I know I have a daughter. And if my daughter could play, if she was playing hockey and you had a choice to go to somewhere in the U.S. as a 18, 19-year-old girl, or stay in Vancouver and go to SFU in Burnaby because it's the NCAA and you're playing that quality hockey, you're sending your daughter there. You're not sending them away to the U.S. And so I think you would have a double-edged sword there where you can really market the game on both the female and men's side.
Pretty sweet what you guys are doing. Keep it up.
Yeah, I'll try.
I know it's a
I'll
grind.
keep going. Yeah.
I bet.
No, Morrison was great.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of Michigan guys there. Obviously family friends of yours. We had to invite Milan because Leg and Morrison and Peach were there. So
Yeah.
you two there for the NCAA vibe. We had Dave Whitworth was there from Dartmouth. So it was a cool thing. My brother-in-law Bert and Fran represented the WHL. So we had some good hockey people in there. So it was. I thought it was a cool vibe and a cool day.
Awesome, boys. Okay, couple storylines before we get into our NHL predictions. Okay, it's regarding the Vegas Golden Knights because it's a huge topic. LTIR. Mark Stone magically seemed to have an insanely horrible injury. Looks like he I don't know if he'll play game 1, but if they lose game 1, he'll be in game 2, I bet. Does the NHL have to fucking change this rule? Because it's kind of blatant what's going on. Kucherov did it. He won him the cup. Stone did it last year. Stone did it last year?
Yeah.
And he did it again. What do you guys think? How do we get around this? Because it's causing a lot of ruffles.
The funny thing is he had a lacerated spleen though this year, right? So it's actually pretty serious. It wasn't like, who knows?
But do they say, hey,
you
stay out 10 games, or what is it, 24 days?
The whole thing is though, even if they do something about it, there's going to be something else that comes up and says, hey, they're going to do something else. Because like if you look at the collective agreement, right? They go, oh, we're going to put a cap on how much you can make a year. Then all of a sudden you get a Kovalchuk, whoever, with these 15, 16 million, like year-long contracts where they're all front-loaded. Shea Weber did the same thing. Then they put a cap on that. And then all of a sudden there's always some way to kind of circumvent the rules they have. So yeah, sure, you could do something about it. But if they do something about it, what's the next thing that's going to come out and say, hey, we're going to do it this way now? Because they have pretty smart people in the room looking to try to take every advantage they can. And this is one of them, whether it's legitimate or not. Like, I don't know, maybe you got different doctors involved or whatever. I don't know how they determine if it's a team doctor, if it's an NHL doctor. You'd hope the NHL would send a doctor to kind of privately see what's going on, right? But like, there's always going to be something, and people are always going to want to fix it. But at the end of the day,
why not? A player in your team gets hurt, you're out of luck. Why do you have to save cap space? Why is that a thing?
Why is cap space a thing?
Why do they free it up when the person gets hurt? Why is that?
So you can add to your roster.
Why I think fucking take that away.
Oh,
you lose Stone, he's out.
So you can only pull up from the farm.
Give another guy an opportunity and keep him there.
But the thing is, though, let's say you're
depending on what that farm guy's
that's what I mean.
Cap hit would be then when he moves up.
If you're at the cap it
won't be a lot.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of teams are up against the cap, like even like $50,000, $60,000, not even. You pull a guy up who's worth minimum $500,000, they're still over. Right?
Okay.
So I guess you could see if this guy's in, you're going to pull another guy in.
Well, then, like, if the guy's worth 10 mil, that's complete trash. You get a guy in like Hannafin coming in.
Yeah.
You add a crazy piece to the roster. I think they got to change something.
Maybe they just don't even there was something floating around where your highest paid guy was almost like a franchise tag where it didn't count towards the cap. Because then you see a lot of the guys who are getting LTIR,
like a designated player.
Yeah, they're all the superstars. There's not a guy like a fourth line player who's getting LTIR'd and coming back for first game.
Yeah, no one's complaining about a fourth line guy doing that.
Exactly. It's always these superstars. So why not have a rule where it's, hey, we're not going to count one guy towards the cap?
I'm just trying to brainstorm my ideas. So say game 1 hits, you can only have, what's the cap? 80?
I think it's like 84, 85.
You have 84 mil as your roster.
That's it. Yeah, you can't go over.
Can't go over. But you have them on the bench or in the
they
stands.
Can dress the next game.
They can dress the next game.
Take somebody out.
That's a good idea.
So your roster always has to match.
The reason why they can get around is because there's no salary in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what guys are making, and that's why they're able to get away with it. I don't know. If you set a certain date where throughout the season, if it's, I don't know, game after game 60 or whatever, someone goes on LTI, or if someone's injured and you want them to be eligible to play in the playoffs, you have to you can't put him on LTIR.
What is LTIR? 15 plus days?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure
It's
what.
10 games or 24 days, I believe.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, if you get to the deadline, you can't stock up and put a guy on the IR. If you want that guy to end up playing for you in the playoffs, then he has to stay on your roster, and he can play in the playoffs if he's ready. If you take him, put him on the LTIR, then he has to.
Yeah.
Then he can't play in the playoffs.
But then you're always going to have to be like 2 or 3 mil underneath then. Because if somebody does get injured and you have to bring someone back, you have to have that flexibility to bring someone up and down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's
Either
so
way,
many
they've
moving
exposed
parts if
the
you were to
rule.
do something.
Right? They've exposed the rule and they're taking advantage of it. So good on them.
Yeah.
If it's not cheating, then I guess it's fine, or they're not doing anything, whatever. But you're right. I think it does look always
Suspicious.
I think the
it's
extra
Same
little,
time every year.
yeah.
the little extra FU
Accidentally on purpose.
Yeah.
by Vegas was trading for Thomas Hurdle, who was on the LTIR already.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
So they put Stone on LTIR, trade for Hurdle, and he's already on LTIR. Like
And
it was like an extra little like
Yeah.
FU to everyone.
It counts.
It's
They're
no
allowed to do
coincidence. These teams are winning the cup.
Yeah, I think
These teams are winning the cup who do this. Or a good chance.
must just be Brutes being Mark Stone too, just like the same guy twice in a row.
Yeah, the Barbarian.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go that far though.
Okay.
Well, that's your sneak
Yeah.
peek there.
A little sneak peek.
So guys, there's a chance in the playoffs. I don't know if it'll be the conference finals in the East. The New York Islanders can possibly play Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning has 5-6 more points, but New York would have home ice advantage because of the wild card format.
Garbage wildcard format. Period.
So
I'll
one-
just say that right now.
1 versus 8, or should we go back to that, or what other options? I know you were in Europe. What the hell did they do? You don't like it?
I've got. I think I'm going to follow Whitney's lead here. Like I agree. I don't think they have to. And Bettman said it. And whether people like Bettman or not, it's not a debate here today. But I think I agree. They don't have to add extra teams to the playoffs because that's just it creates
Like
a
a play-in or things
yeah,
like
it's,
that.
it's
No.
garbage. It's just it makes the league irrelevant and what you're doing during the regular season. So 16 is good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with 16. I like 1 through 16.
1 plays 16, eh?
Yeah.
Like crossover.
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast, 1 plays
Yeah.
16, 2 plays boom, 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 and away you go.
That's savage travel.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
The guys that
that's
make $1 million. They travel first class. They eat well.
If you're far,
I
you
don't
can
buy
go.
it.
If it's a far trip, you can also go 2-3-2.
Yeah,
if need
you
to,
can
right?
change that. They used to do that.
Yeah.
I think it would be super cool. You're rewarding the first place team.
I have not heard that one.
So I like that. I just think it's I don't know. It throws a different element.
Would you
to
have
it.
more crossover in the regular season of East versus West?
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought you might set up. They tried to do this wild card thing to set up rivalries and set up things, and it didn't. It didn't create any rivalries. Like Canucks hardly play. I mean, I know we're playing Nashville. Canucks playing Nashville, but that's not a. When we were kids, you grew up with Canucks Calgary,
Yeah.
Canucks Edmonton, and that was. I don't know. I just think I just like that. Whitney said it, and it was pretty. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
But even all the best rivalries we had, the Canucks was Canucks Chicago. They aren't in.
Yeah.
They weren't in the same conference. Whatever. Even Canucks.
Yeah.
Minnesota at one point was pretty good, right? So
Yeah.
it's no, I like 1 through 8. I like the conference 1 through
Yeah.
8. I love that. I know just growing up, that's always a classic style, like you said, to get these teams to possibly have home ice advantage because they're not the wild card and they have less points. Like that's unfair. It's not Tampa Bay's fault that they're in a better conference division than the Islanders are, right?
Yeah.
Like they're in like murderer's row of division.
There's no reward.
no.
Yeah, you're not
At
rewarding
all.
anybody.
No.
These first round series are Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah, they are.
What do they do? I know you mentioned some things in Europe they do. Very cool things. I think the women's NHL,
PWHL. does it.
PWHL.
Yeah, a bunch of leagues in Europe do it. If you were to go to the 1 through 8, where the first place team picks who they want to play.
Oh yeah.
and then the second place, then the
I like
third,
that.
and then the fourth gets whoever's left.
It's actually pretty cool.
So one year when I was in Denmark, my team finished 7th. First place team picked to play us instead of playing the 8th place team. And
Pick your poison.
That's
Well,
actually
because
really good.
are you going to play a hot team that snuck in? Like, if you're the Rangers, you think they would want to play the Caps right now? I don't know.
maybe because Caps are probably the worst team to get into the playoffs, but
What
like
if
you
Sid
said,
the
they're
Kid got
hot.
in? Would you play him?
Probably don't want to play Sid the
Well,
Kid.
it's like when Canucks played LA. They got absolutely run over by LA, and LA ran over everybody, and they were 8th place team.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
snuck in, but they
Canucks
were
probably
hot.
wouldn't
Right?
have picked them.
No, exactly. They wouldn't have, right?
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Then it adds a whole like coaches and GM's decision, and they come in. They get kind of scrutiny if they pick a higher seed to play against. So in Europe, it's travel comes into play. Like if it's a 3-hour trip instead of a 9-hour trip, they're might pick a closer rival to play against. Stuff like that comes into it. And I think it adds a bit of a thing. They could even make a show out of it, like they do the draft lottery and things like that. They get the GMs to come in and they select who they're going to play against, and it would add a whole bunch of more drama.
Interesting. I think it's a matter of just it's going to be sooner or later. I think where they change this format.
Yeah.
No one's happy with it.
Fan vote.
Goat fan vote.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree. I just don't think it's right. It doesn't reward the right
Yeah.
teams that are doing the right things during the year. Like you play all this,
Yeah.
you play this whole year to do something and get a record and get rewarded, and then you get shit on with the way the format works.
They've done 1 through 16 before, right? Or have they not?
No, always 1-8 and 1-8 on conferences, but 1 through 16 like a league thing would be. I don't know. I just thought it'd be
really
wild.
Yeah,
Be
that's
wild.
pretty cool.
One more quick topic, and then we'll get into it. Arizona, they're out.
Good.
About fucking time. Get out of here. I'm sorry. It was a debacle from day one.
It was
No,
bet.
seriously.
So
No, it was.
here's where I'll say back to the Bettman thing, like whether you hate him or not, that's his baby. So he was never, ever going to kill it, no matter how long it took. And obviously it took the 2025 to do it. And he had to, because you can't have NHL players playing.
Buddy, they were in a
It's-
5,000 arena. Wicked
great.
little atmosphere, but come on.
Not
This
for
is you want to
NHL.
compete against the NBA, the NFL. You got to get the hell out of there. Right?
Well, they were, I heard the
Am I right?
The players
I
started
never
complaining.
even thought of it like that. Imagine the Dallas Cowboys playing in fucking
Oh, yeah, Cowboys.
some Texas high school football stadium.
Like
for
I watched
year?
it yesterday, and I'm like,
2 years, didn't
wow, how this is the NHL.
Jerry would just buy another
they?
stadium.
This is
to
their
play
second
in.
year.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they played 2 years.
Yeah. And they're going to go
Right.
for a third. There was talking about doing
Well, they
that.
weren't getting. I think the players started complaining too about they were defaulting on some. I don't know if this
Hotel,
is true.
yeah.
Hotels, and the food was not up to. They were just being treated not the best either. NHL guys, and I think the PA got involved at
Sounds
some
like
point.
a European team going bankrupt,
Yeah,
not paying their
like a
players.
old junior A team. We didn't have enough sticks for the boys. All of a sudden, hey,
I think Utah will be pretty sweet though.
yeah, it'll be good.
I hear there's a lot of youth hockey there. I think it's kind of a
It's
decent
an odd market, Max. It's small, like
Well, it's a
population wise,
fourth
but they're
growth.
gonna.
fourth fastest growing market
Yeah.
in the USA. A lot of families are moving there, right?
That's why I think they're naming the team after the state and not the city.
Yeah. But they
To
have
be like more like
They gotta
inclusive
go-
of the surrounding area.
gotta
So
go
they're
Yeti.
going to be the Utah something.
They
not
have to
Salt
go
Lake
Yeti.
City.
Yeti.
You have to do Yeti.
So that was the
You got
question.
an internal marketing brand right there. With
Stormin' Mormons.
So you like the Yeti, eh?
I love the Yeti. The mascot could be cool.
Yeah.
You got a branding thing right with them with Yeti, the company itself. It's
So the Utah Yetis
Yetis or Yeti. Yeah, I don't know.
or Yetis? What is it?
I don't know. That's a good.
San Diego?
Who's the English major here? I don't know.
You know what I mean?
It's the Yetis, man.
You got to put something in the middle, like the Golden Knights did. If you want to do that, maybe like the Utah Ice Yetis,
Man, I was just thinking
something like that.
the other day, like, it should have just been Vegas Knights.
really.
If you think
Yeah, I don't
about
I
like
don't
the
like
play on
triple.
words,
I gotta say I don't like the triple.
like a night out in Vegas, Vegas Night.
Yeah.
You know, like
I always thought it would
Vegas
be
Night.
the Aces would have been good for Vegas.
But that's their WNBA
The
team.
golden though.
Or no, wait, sorry, the black
Golden, I think,
Aces,
is because of
right?
Army.
Yeah.
What color? If it was just the Knights, Nucci, the golden, they're gold. It's a sweet look.
No, I know, but I think like Vegas Knights would have just been like perfect play on
Yeah.
words too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a Vegas Knight, because there's nothing
I'm
beats a
thinking
Vegas
of
Knight.
Utah, some animal that lives in the mountains there with ice.
Yetis.
So you get the
That's what a
Yeti.
Yeti
Yeti's
is.
good. I
Yetis.
like
The
Utah.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, the Big Ben, the Bigfoots,
Yeah, it could be that.
The big feet.
the Ice Wolves, or the Ice Wolverines, or some fucking shit.
Well, they don't get.
Uh,
correct me if I'm wrong. They don't get the NHL. Then owners don't get the expansion fee for this, do they?
Apparently, like Morello, the owner from the Arizona team, got away pretty good with what's going on.
Right, because he gets first chance to go back without the expansion fee
But like apparently they're selling him. He's selling the team for $1 billion,
to the guys in Utah.
and he bought it for like 200 and something. And it's
Yeah,
just
he's
been
making a quick $100 million because he's not getting all that.
yeah, but it's been a debacle since day
Ryan
one.
Smith.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was Ryan Smith on the Oilers. I was like, shit, he did good on his NHL career.
yeah. No, but apparently that guy like set up the Jazz really well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and he's
Well, they want to do like an entertainment district
Yeah.
down there, and I think they're going to host the Olympics in 2030 again, and
Really?
or something like that. So, yeah, it's in the mountains. It's ice. It's cold, and hockey's going to be there. Okay, that's good. I like that.
It's got to get out of the sun.
there's no more escrow on like NHL checks anymore. The players are probably happy.
I think if an arena gets settled in Arizona, I think they're gonna get it. The team will go right. A team will go right back there.
It could work, and it worked in Vegas. It's just the location. Like, you want to build 3 rinks all of a
There
sudden.
needs
it's
to
like,
be a
all right,
lot more
yeah,
in place,
yeah,
ready for
yeah.
a new team there.
And a
It
good
can't just be
area.
And I
right?
tell you this, you need to win.
Yeah, and
Something.
now teams
Yeah.
are more set up
They
to
haven't
win right
won.
away.
How long have they been in the league for?
27 years.
Hey, how many times did they make the playoffs?
Early, I think they met a couple times. Here's an
With
interesting.
Ronick,
Yeah.
maybe?
When they moved from Winnipeg.
Yeah, a couple years with Doan's second or third.
The only one that loves, I was going to say, is
Donor.
is
And
Doan.
here's the interesting tidbit here. So Doan was in Winnipeg, the dad, when they left to go to Arizona in his first year. Boom.
Yeah.
Now his kid is in Arizona, his first year, leaving Arizona to go to a team.
Oh, that's good.
So it's kind of weird how that took place.
First,
Did you see like on Instagram that they took his retirement banner like out
Yeah.
of like a trash can or something, and somebody they like give it back to him? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
crazy.
Do we know who we got?
It's just 3-3. Still.
Yeah.
Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're going to start with the West first because we currently got LA and Chicago 3-3. That's going to decide some of the West series.
Vegas is done.
Because Go
4-1.
Radio is fucking dialed in.
Vegas is
guys.
out.
We are on alert. We're doing this pod as the.
As the regular season is ticking down,
ticking
its
down.
last seconds.
But okay, those are some good.
I'll say this about the NHL before we go. At
Yeah.
least there's no in-season tournament.
No,
Can we just say the NBA, I think, missed, and I know people will never say it, but who wants to win an in-season tournament? Like, to me, that was just garbage.
what are we gonna?
The NHL started doing that, then we're in trouble.
That's a GOAT debate though, because LeBron has one in season tournament, Jordan has none.
Fuck, I didn't mean.
Copa Italia.
To me, it was just so much rubbish. It's
What
like,
do-
what are you cheering for? Like, what are we
Are
winning?
we gonna paint the ice purple or what?
Yeah.
Fuck. No,
I just had to get that off my chest.
no, good. Okay, good storylines we covered, boys.